Okay, hello. Welcome to the TV room. David Bradley here. I had paused the previous recording, and I'm not used to this, of course. Did I press pause again to continue? No. Anyway, I started to record, but I hadn't recorded much, and my little old mother called, so I stopped to talk to her. Okay, so here we have the demon keyboard, which is causing me grief. And here we have the circuit board from the demon keyboard, which I believe is the cause of the trouble, I think. So I may have told you, I took apart a whole other keyboard for parts, but it was already mostly disassembled and quite filthy. So I don't feel bad about that. But I guess what I'm going to do is head back downstairs and look and see if I have another, like, 2001, 4032, 4016 sort of keyboard for a pet. And to absolutely make sure that this lovely board is the trouble, I would take such keyboard apart. I would. And then I would swap the board. Mind you, I guess first I would put the board into a pet and see if it worked. Mind you, if it worked just perfectly, it would be a hard thing to take apart. It would be. It would be. Anyway, I don't know that I have any spares from small screen pets sitting around. I just don't know. I don't know. But I would like to have an answer. This also, as I said, it may be something that if I put it back together and send it away with Mr. Rudy, that maybe he. I have been looking at the traces on the board, and indeed, the things here, the keys that are not working, do seem to be part of the same cluster. They do. They do somewhat. They do, which means, of course, well, sort of, kind of. I mean, it's, yeah, 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 sort of, kind of. Like these three keys I look at, I can see the trace. I can see where it goes. It is hard to follow, though. It is. It is indeed. And then, you see, you'd think other keys would have, but it all depends. Like where, if there is a bad trace, where? Where is it? But I'm thinking somewhere there is. I'm thinking. But where? I just don't know. See, up here. Up here near the top, it does look like there's been. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if I can even see it, but it does look like there's been a little bit of work there. Where you can kind of see instead of just all green stuff, it looks like there's some solder. I don't know how well you could see that because I couldn't really see that. And all it takes on these little hair thin things is one little break. Or one thing that's touching that shouldn't be touching. But that would typically mean that it would act like the keys are down. And that is not what it's doing. It just is not. It is not. But these things, they all run together. They do. And it's not as simple as the original PET, where it's like, oh, that whole row's not working, so it's that one wire. They're just not that simple. And then, of course, there is a crack in the board. But that looks like it's been dealt with. There are a couple of little solder joints there. And I don't see anything else in the board that looks like a crack. It is very frustrating. It is. And it's very hard to keep an eye on the traces. I mean, they're also pretty. They're also pretty and cute and all lined up. Oh, just so, just so, just so. All right. I think I didn't want to do this today. I want to check 4040 disk drives. I also want to get this pet ready to send away to Rudy so he can look at power things and the monitor thing. And anyway, I'll see. I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to look. And if I find another keyboard, then maybe, possibly, maybe, I will take it apart and test the board on here. But, oh, like it's funny, this board here, would it fit on here? No, not at all. This is the board from an 8032 or a Super Pet or something like that. And the keyboard already had a bunch of things missing. So anyway, I will clean that. I will do stuff. I will, parts are good. Somewhere I'll find the box of keys. Right. I'm going to the pet room. And this time, I'm going to try and remember to pause and then continue. So let's go to the pet room. Bye for now. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome to the pet room. Sometimes it's nice to just sit here. So I'm going to spin around here and look and see what I see. In terms of small screen pets that might have keyboards that might be helpful. And I don't know if you can see, but along the back wall, they're all 12 inches. There's one here in front of me here, but its keyboard, as far as I know, it's not there. This was in a flood, and it's for parts. And there's a chiclet pet, a chiclet pet, a chiclet pet. Now the other thing over here, this could be a potential one, but it pains me to take things apart when they're working. This is a strange machine. It's an old machine that I think was upgraded away from chiclet keyboard. It did have kits. Basically, you replace the metal part of the middle of the machine, and then you could have a real size keyboard in it. Let me look around. Ooh, what's this one? Oh, there is a potential. Oh. 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 I may have found a candidate. It will take some doing to get it out of here because, of course, there is stuff here. Let me turn this. Okay. So that there, over there, right here, is a small screen pet. It also has it also says this is okay. Hang on. For those of you that may or may not know, my brother and I rode, ran a bulletin board long ago called the Bradley Brothers Bulletin Board System. And just recently, I found a pet that I don't know what's wrong with yet, but the ROMs worked. And it was the Autoboot ROMs that David Williams made for us. And it's funny because I found this and then I found the ROM and I thought, yeah, this is cool. But I thought, I really think the one that I had that was a BBS pet had a sticker on the side, like a disc label that said something about dead something, or, And just as I glance over here and look at this one that has magazines on the top and an MSD dual drive on the top and all kinds of stuff on the keyboard, not limited to a disc notcher. Actually, there's two of them. Anyway, to extract this is going to be something. But also, along the side there, it says dead BBS pet. So maybe there is either the same or another version of the BBS ROM that did the auto boot. I don't know. But I guess what I need to do is... Oh, it's Penny. Hello, Penny. Penny is at my feet. I'm going to attempt to pick her up. Hi, Penny. Hi, little Penny. Nice kitty. Why don't you come up and see us? Why don't you come up and see us? Oh, yeah. There's Penny. And it makes sense that Penny is in the pet room. That's Penny. That's Penny. Yes, indeedy. That's Penny. So, Penny, we're going to have to extricate a pet. And it's not you. It's a computer. Yes, it is. But it doesn't go on the interweb. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It does not go on the interweb. There's Penny. Penny does not like to be held usually. But she does like to have her ears done. If I hold her and keep petting her head and her ears, there is a possibility that she will endure this for a longer period of time. She does seem to be liking this. Aren't you, Penny? Oh, yeah. Oh. Shake it out. That's right. Shake it out. Shake it out. Yes, that's a good kitty. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I feel the back foot is starting to claw at me, and she does have claws in her back feet. Oh, and now she's starting to lick me. Okay, how you doing? How you doing, Penny? Now I'm running her shoulder. And there's her little head. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, Penny. Where's your chinny chin chin? Not by the hair of your chinny chin chin. Okay, nice kitty cat. Nice kitty cat. All right, so I think the plan here is to try to have a look at some of the stuff here, get this pet moved, and that will also give me a keyboard that probably needs cleaning, probably, but maybe not, that I could experiment with, and then I would know if I basically have a good keyboard. Look at that. There, from Penny. If I have a good keyboard, like the one upstairs, it's just that the circuit board, where the pads are, has issues. That would be good to know. That would be good to know, wouldn't it, Penny? It does seem, as I said before, it seemed very strange that that would be the way it would be. There's hair from Penny. That those keys all together wouldn't work, but then the shift key threw me off, but then the shift key really looked dirty. And then the shift key was fine. It was fine, wasn't it, Penny? Let me tell you a story about the shift key. The shift key pad was all dirty and gross, and it needed to be cleaned. It was needing attention of the most. The swab, it was filled with alcohol there, knowing that it would be rubbed back and forth like a dare. And it all worked fine. Yes, it did. Okay, no more hair. No more hair coming out of Penny. No more hair coming out of Penny. Although I'm getting covered in her hair right now, just the little bits that come off. Oh, Penny, you are being a very good girl. I would put her over here to do a CAT scan, but there really isn't room. There really isn't room. Oh, are you licking me, Penny? More hair from Penny. Penny doesn't like being brushed, so sometimes I find as I'm petting her, I find these little tufts of hair that I can pull off. And if I ever do get the brush on her, oh my golly, it fills up in no time at all. Isn't that right, Penny? Isn't that right? That's a nice cat. Isn't that a nice cat? Isn't that a nice cat? Yes. You don't come talk as much as you used to. You do not. There she is. Happy, happy Penny. There you go. Okay. So, just in glancing over here, it does seem that I've got a bunch of magazines to move, and an MSD dual drive, a camera bag, and a Commodore calculator, and some chips and bags, and some books, and then I will have what I guess is the second dead BBS PET. I guess the other one, until I saw the ROM, I didn't realize that it was an old bulletin board PET. I just didn't know. You understand, don't you, Penny? Of course you do. Penny understands completely. Don't you, Penny? Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. All right. So I guess that is the target for this operation. I guess. Anyway, I suppose while we're here, we could move around a little bit and see. Indeed, the back wall. Ah, things has a great assortment of 12-inch screens now. How many are working? I have no clue. On the desk here that we can't really see because there's a whole bunch of magazines and things and stuff, there are five things. There are, one of them's the one that's been in the flood that we can see right here. The other three can't really see, and then there's a one. It's an 8296. I've never looked inside. It has some funky monitor that moves and separate keyboard. Yes, the Porsche style. Anyway, there's all kinds of magazines and publications here, including, but not limited to, this one, December of 1984. That is my brother and I on the front of the T-Pug magazine. Oh, and be careful. Cat hair. Cat hair everywhere. Covered. We did a talk from here the other night. And I found another very rare thing. Now, what has happened to it? Is it? Oh, wait, is this it? No. That's a T-Pug magazine. Maybe it's gone back into the abyss. Maybe. But I don't think so. It was the TRANSACTOR that had and has the Jim Butterfield Centerfold. Where would I put it? It can't be far. Hold on one second. It's got to be here. Oh, yes. There it is. It's part of the magazine pile. There it is. It needs to come off of the pet that I need to get at. And it says on the front, Butterfield Centerfold. Now, it doesn't fold out. Like, it's not like a 3-page thing, which that would have been fun. But I'm sure it cost a bunch. Oh, yes. This was taken at the art shop in Toronto. And there is the one, the lighting in here is not great. The one, the only Jim Butterfield in a smoking jacket at the arts. He's got a pipe. I believe there's an abacus on the desk. See if we can get there. There you go, Jim. You will never, ever, ever be forgotten. You'll live on in your programs. Yes, there's an abacus on the desk. And some plants and things. And a pipe on the go, and a smoking jacket. This was, in case you're looking, the Tech News Journal for Commodore Computers, Volume 4, the TRANSACTOR. And of course, what does it have on the front? One of the new machines. Never had one of these where the drives are built in the front. Quite the thing. NDD, the Butterfield Centerfold. And of course, the discs that do not forget, because elephants do not forget. They certainly had a great logo. I don't know if the discs are very good. I don't know. The Word Pro Book of Tricks. 4040 power error indication. It's funny, it doesn't list in here who wrote what. It does not. Like on the articles. But here's another great man responsible for this publication and doing the centerfold. That's KARL Hildon. He is still around, still in touch from time to time. I am. All right. Well, I would bet there's more stuff from Jim Butterfield written in here. Oh, yeah, bulletin board numbers. Yep. The Nortec BBS is in there. The Book of Word Pro Tricks, or the Word Pro Book of Tricks. Donna Green, Commodore, Canada. This has got to be bugs. Huh. Bugs. Chart of standard business procedures. Anyway, there must be stuff in here written by Jim Butterfield. I just haven't found it. Oh, there is stuff about Jim Butterfield Centerfold. Maybe if I can find some reading glass. That was one thing. The TRANSACTOR was great. But the type, it was small. Oh. These glasses, I'm not sure if they are doing me any good for reading. Well, it may be. Pardon me, excuse me. They're just dirty. Maybe they are. Never do this with your shirt. Oh no. Let's see. Let's see if this makes any difference. Oh, not really. Maybe these glasses, maybe they're just not for me. They don't make distance look better. Oh, maybe they make reading look just a little bit better, but not close up. Okay. Ugh. Special thanks. Spinning. To John Barr and Joan Gore at the Art Shop in Toronto for permission to use the premises and set up assistance. In all the world, there's only one art shop, and there's definitely only one Jim Butterfield. The two go together well, don't you think? Jim has been working for the past several months as chief consultant for the TVO Academy on Computers in Education, a basic course exploring the operation and functions of computers. See the next segment for details. Part of the course is a TV series called Bits and Bytes, for which Jim has been the main source of technical content. A resource book is also included. Jim wrote most of that too. As if this weren't enough, Jim will be the host/guest expert on a half-hour follow-up show scheduled immediately after each Bits and Bytes program. At the time of writing, a name for the show had yet to be chosen. Unlike Bits and Bytes, the second half-hour will have an open format, off-the-cuff approach, as opposed to the rigid script. In the first episode, the notorious Butterfield dismembers a perfectly innocent microcomputer. The studio participants witness the sinister perpetration. No word on the brand. A Radio Shack would be the most deserving. Nevertheless, it all sounds like great fun. Coupled with the stacks of material Jim pumps out every month, his machine language course at George Brown College, TPUG, and other club meetings, presentations at conferences worldwide, consulting for CBM, and the hundreds of phone calls he gets every week. His new TV role should make Jim one busy guy. Is this the birth of a star? Where will it lead? Stratford? Broadway? The silver screen? Well, we couldn't wait for these trivial details, nor could we wait for Cosmopolitan. So may we present to you our first centerfold, Jim Butterfield, the definitive human transactor. Almost makes us feel guilty for using the name, the transactor. Maybe we should change it to a transactor. Anyway, it goes on. It does. It does indeed. Oh my, there's a whole bunch of stuff. This goes on and on and on and on and on. Oh my. Well, I guess I'm not going to find something written by. Oh, there's a picture of a fellow I remember. I'm sure he doesn't have corkscrew hair now. David Berezowski. He worked at Commodore. I don't know what he was in for. Oh yeah. David Berezowski with his corkscrew hair. All right. I'm on a mission, which I suppose I didn't choose this. I didn't. But oh, it's kind of like an episode of Star Trek where they were not allowed to find somebody that they found. And so they did this whole thing of, well, if we just sort of back up a day and you erase our memories, then there's no need for us to have found you, and we can just carry on. You don't have to destroy us. But that didn't go well, because there were clues left that something had happened. And so then they carried on, and of course found the people again, and the people said, well, the plan has failed, you must die, or something like that. And anyway, they did it again. Data, of course, was the only one who knew what had really happened. But he was sworn not to tell. So the second time through, when there was some opportunity by the crew to think about investigating something, even though they had gotten rid of the clues, because of course the clues that's a mystery, and the mystery must be solved. Data was the one who said, in a confident and firm way, that I think it was launching a probe would do just as well. And the captain looked at him almost like he remembered, but he couldn't remember, but he thought, yeah, okay, anyway. So this whole keyboard thing is kind of like that, in that all I wanted to do was clean the keyboard and have it work. That's it. That's all. But it just hasn't gone well. It just hasn't gone. Anyway, so thanks for coming. I'll set aside this sacred issue of the Transactor. Still intact. I'm sure a lot of people did take the centerfold out and put it up on their walls way back when. Okay. Time to assault the pet room. And I guess eventually what's going to happen is this dead BBS pet is going to move into the pool room, and then I can assess things. I can. And maybe the keyboard needs cleaning, maybe it doesn't. But ultimately, I do want to put a whole other green board onto that keyboard and see if it works, because then at least I know that there is something wrong on the green board, which I'm sure there is. And who knows, maybe Rudy can find it. Or maybe it's just one of those things where parts are good. Parts are good. Parts are good. Parts are good. All right. Enough for now. Have a lovely, lovely day. This is David Bradley. We started in the TV room. Now we're in the pet room. And there's more to do here. Have a lovely, lovely day. Bye for now.